What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a very special episode 43 of Littleroot Lessons. As you all can see, Carl and I are here live on Twitch on his channel as we speak, recording on Christmas Eve. So, Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays.
Yep.
And this is going to come out officially on Monday. I actually have no idea how
it's
you're going to
come out. So there's going to be an audio version on Monday, but the video is going to be uploaded early.
All right, cool. Well, happy Monday to all the audio listeners, to everyone else. Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. So,
hope you had a great holiday.
Yeah, for sure.
Having a great holiday.
So we're doing a very special Twitch question spree.
It's called an AMA.
Yeah, that one. So basically, we're gonna do the typical stuff that we do. We have Team of the Week ready. We've got
the Rumble results from last week ready.
And then past that, we'll Twitch. Oh, we're gonna open up the floor to Twitch and get asked questions, and who knows what's gonna get asked.
Exactly.
So
we're going to just go ahead and jump into the nitty gritty here. We've got the Rumble results from
the 19th. This was this past weekend, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Congrats to Beppis. This is their second win. Is that right?
They won the Tilt tournament or whatever it was, and then this Rumble.
So, is this the team you're playing for laddering?
Yeah, this is the team we're currently playing for laddering. There's a few small differences. The Celesteela is weakness policy on here,
as opposed to the Power Herb that you're playing now.
As opposed to Power Herb that I'm playing right now.
So, Cinderace, Politoed, Whimsicott, Celesteela, Dracovish, Raichu. What do you think, man? Everyone playing with this.
I like it in certain situations. When it does its things, it's really, really well. And then there's like certain situations where I'm like, I've got two Scarf users. Yeah. I've got two Scarf users, and I'm kind
choice item. Like, not specifically Scarf. Right?
But like I'm locked into items, and I'm just like, this is kind of...
Yeah, it was really apparent that it was kind of a problem in the first episode that you recorded, where you had 2 accuracy drops followed by 3. No, it was 1 accuracy drop followed by 2 special attack drops and 3 misses.
Yeah.
And it cost you the game had literally any of them connected.
Yep.
So, like
second episode, it went a little bit better. It was
actually
more...
I haven't had a chance to watch it. It came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
today, this afternoon.
Oh yeah, Tuesday, Thursday. That's right. Of course, I've been recording stuff all day, and then we're here, and now we're recording stuff all day, and
yeah, we get to do all of this. Okay, we're done now. As she chews on my finger.
I say you say that, but not very good, Carl.
Yeah, the team feels fine. Like I've said in the episodes on laddering before, it's a bunch of feel good Pokemon that when they line up well, it works. But if you don't line up well, or you can't answer something very easily, then you have a hard time dealing with it.
I know. Granted, I've seen you play exactly 3 games with this. I didn't get to play in the Rumbles. I have literally no other experience other than those 3 games with this team. Feeny kind of seems like it's kind of a problem. Is that accurate in your assessment?
Not totally a problem. Finny was a problem in that last game just because they got the accuracy drop, and then I never hit another move after that. That was literally just bad luck. That was the only reason I lost to Finny.
I wasn't sure if Finny actually walls you, because Politoed can't hit it super effectively. Had
I hit the Earth Power takes it to under half, and then Earth Power takes it out.
Yeah,
I just had to hit one.
Dracovish, granted, you are Scarf here, so you're locked into whatever. Raichu can obviously hit it super effectively. Celesteela sits in front of it. Cinderace kind of doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But Cinderace is also faster than it, so you can actually change your type to whatever you need. Do we have bounce on this Cinderace?
Yep.
Okay.
Bounce, high jump, kick, and power, and Pyro Ball.
So we can bounce out of the way if need be, and Whimsicott. We don't have Energy Ball?
Nope, Moonblast.
Okay. I think that's fine. I would like Energy Ball. Hi, Belle. But, it's fine.
Okay, Belle.
Do we have another one?
Nope. Just gonna send her outside for a minute. Calm down.
All right, cool.
While we get through this.
All right, so Second place, we have Cooper. I actually don't recognize this user.
It's because their name was all in whatever the Russian alphabet is. I can't remember the name.
I actually couldn't tell you.
But
it translates to Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ensign, Water, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Cinder, Celesteela, Dragapult, and
Cole.
This is just Wolfie's team.
Wolfie's team swap Ultras for Celesteela, pretty much.
Yeah. Not surprised. Cole, when it's like you said on laddering, I think it was laddering. When Cole is good, it is insane.
Yep.
When it's not, this team, it doesn't feel like an all-in Cole team, and I think that's why it does well. Yeah. Much like the team I played last week on laddering, it isn't fully reliant on Cole to be good, but when it is, it's insane.
When Cole is underused and not prepared for, Cole is great, but the minute someone brings, say, Scarf Dracovish, it just doesn't do anything in the face of that. Outside of that, the Celesteela was like the cool tech here.
I think Celesteela is really good right now. With the amount of people that have upticked in like Gigas, I think this is exceptionally good. It sits in front of Gigas and just laughs at them.
Yeah.
I believe the only thing that Gigas has access to that can hit you super effectively is like Fire Punch and Thunder Punch, which are super uncommon. Mm-hmm. Past that, you don't mind switching in on Cole, pending like if you time it correctly, you can obviously take a hit. Yeah. But if you are switching out like Rillaboom into Celesteela, you're probably not gonna have a good time.
Yeah, that doesn't feel the greatest.
Obviously you can Dynamax in front of Cole, hit that Max Guard if you do have it. I'm assuming you do, and then just like make them waste their turns off an Dynamax. But for the most part, Celesteela is a very good wall right now in this format, and I think it's going to slowly tick up in usage.
Next team here, Karibo, third place here. Landorus, Feeny, Regieleki, Sizor, Latias, and Urshifu Dark.
I love Sizor. That is all I had to say.
This feels very reminiscent of the what was it? It's a Pokepod. It's a Pokesports team that they copied off something that they played. They played this on.
Was this just the Scizor team?
Yeah, it's just the Scizor Latias team, where the Scizor and Latias are like bait for you to bring weird Pokemon to try and deal with it, and then the rest of the team just kind of helps.
It's just super normal. It can beat you up.
Yeah. Fourth place here with Ro. This is the team he's been working on. I've been watching him play this for a while now.
I know he streamed it on Discord last week.
Somewhere in there.
And this is something that he's worked on quite a bit. I believe Navir's been working on this with him. I've worked on it on and off with him, not so much this last couple weeks, just because things have been kind of hectic for me. But we have Ensign, Feeny, Kartana, Mamoswine, Nihilego, and Tornadus. So
the idea here is to just do things like just pick up Okos with Nihilego, Mamo, Kartana, and Tornadus is like Tailwind plus Taunt, things like that. Incineroar is Fire plus Fake Out, and then Feeny just keeps your Mamoswine and Kartana from getting burnt.
Yep. Feeny's good. Mm-hmm. I know with the Coco Entei core that I've been playing with that you've picked up as well, it's just like, man, I kind of want to slap Feeny on this, but like I also want to continuously get off burns.
I want to be able to burn people still.
So Feeny kind of doesn't fit that, and so I know it's something that you were playing with, and I'm just like, I don't know about this one, but Feeny's good, man. Mm-hmm. There's a reason, we see 2 here in the top 4.
Yeah.
Those are actually there's one more down here in 8th.
Yeah, there's 3 in the top 8 total. I'm pretty sure there was a couple more hiding around somewhere.
I'd be surprised if not.
Next up, 5th place here in the hands of Josh. Rotom Heat, something we haven't seen much of anymore here lately. It's kind of starting to die down.
Definitely fallen out of favor.
Suicune, Rillaboom. This is most likely a coaching Scarf. Yapdos, and then Dragapult and Comfey.
Is this weakness policy Dragapult?
I wouldn't be surprised.
If it's not, I'd be very surprised with Draining Kiss for the Dragapult. We have Coaching Dragapult. Coaching actually lines up really well with like Rillaboom as well. Nasty Plot, Rotom, Tailwind, Suicune. Like this team has a lot of threats, and the support to go with it is just good.
Yeah.
Like having Gyapdos, Suicune, and like Comfey. Comfey is really underutilized, I think, man. It is a Pokemon that I just love, and not enough people, in my opinion, play.
I've kind of gotten off the Comfey wagon just because I've kind of gotten off the Moltres wagon because there's just so many things running around that hit Moltres super effectively now and deal big damage. It's kind of like Cole Moltres is strong when there's not a ton of like Electric and Rock running around, but Colossal's popular. Regigigas is running Ice Punch and it's popular. Moltres doesn't line up well against those, so Comfey doesn't do as well because it needs Moltres or something else to do well with it.
On top of that, you also have like steel coverage between Celesteela, Kartana, Metagross, like all of which we see here in this top 8. You have Ironhead on Glastriers running around. There's a ton of incremental steel coverage. You have Poison Jab running around on Urshifu's now as well. Specifically, those are on like voice band variants, specifically to be able to deal with Feeny. But because you're fairy, you also just also suffer from the same problems of oops.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the incidental ice coverage that hurts Dragonite. Because you're a fairy and people are running stuff to beat you up. Yeah. Guess I'll die.
Yeah, that is what it is. Sweet, if you're still here, we're getting ready to talk about your team. So perk up. Are you in chat? Are you still here? No? Yes?
Maybe. He'll catch up.
Yeah, so this team, it's very off the wall and it's very, very cool. Shedinja, Landorus Therian.
I'm assuming Sheer Force.
Alolan Persian, Metagross, Dracozolt, and then Alchemy.
I'm assuming this is Decorate plus threats that can abuse it.
Just Decorate plus things to do things. Dracozolt is the go fast mode on this team with Persian.
Quash plus beat 'em up.
Quash plus just bolt beak 'em. The fun thing here, I believe Metagross is 1 point slower than Alchemy, if I remember correctly. So Alchemy's Decorate goes off first.
Good. That's smart.
And then Landorus just hits like a truck, and Shedinja is Shedinja.
That's ignoring like Decorate boost that you could get on your Landorus as well. It's just like, man, this thing already hits like a truck. Now we're adding pluses to both of its stats. It's just like, yeah, this is fine. This will do great.
Next up here is Kaizen's team. Terracotta plus Incineroar, Zapdos, not Moltres. Moltres is the next one. Metagross, and then P2.
P2, I'm assuming, is just like Trick Room counter.
Like Trick Room counter plus damage. Can set up Trick Room if everybody's faster than you, which is fine. And if you're like on Metagross and to be outspeeding things, it's probably better just to set Trick Room than it is to try and Tailwind.
I love the idea of Terracotta right now. Like we have talked about multiple times the last several weeks. People are not running Redirection right now.
Yeah.
And this seems like it's be very good, and not enough people, I think, are even considering playing it.
It's more that it's kind of very obvious when you're going to do it, because Series 6 was full of it. Plus, there's not the coverage on the Champions of Justice and Arcanine and other Justified users. It's fairly limited.
I honestly the best one, best coverage wise, is Lucario.
Yeah, and
it's just frail.
Yeah, it just gets blown up.
So it seems like it'd be good, but it not really. It really just doesn't accomplish what you want it to do. Whereas, talking about why this isn't as good as you want it to be, you just get walled by a bunch of things. There's a bunch of fast Will-O-Wisp running around. There's screens everywhere. Like, getting to +4 isn't always enough.
Yeah, it just doesn't mean as much as it used to. Like before they were running redirections, so it was just like timing your beat up, and now they're just trying to outspeed you. So now, like when you go for a beat up, you lose your Whimsicott instead. Yeah. Notable thing, I made a small change to your Coco. We are now 1 point faster than Whimsicott, so if they go for beat up, we outspeed them and get our reflect up.
Yeah, but we're automatically faster than all the swords. So them going for beat up doesn't really accomplish anything. What is Whimsicott's base speed?
180. It's base speed. I can tell you its max speed is 184. And your Coco was spec'd to 183, so you're 1 point slower.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my I believe I was spec'd to outspeed 111, 110 or 111s, something like that. So Whimsicott's right above that then.
Yeah, Whimsicott I think is 111.
And it might be 110.
And then you're outspeeding 110.
I'm actually gonna look that up while you talk about this last team.
Last team here. One of our only hard trick room teams that I saw running around when I was watching games here, in the hands of Kokichi. Glastrier, Tapu Fini, Amoonguss, Moltres, Galarian Moltres specifically, Dusclops, and Grimmsnarl. This is pretty standard. Whim is 116, so you were outspeeding 115.
Weird. Okay.
At 183. The one I copied was 183.
Yeah. Which I don't think that was something I was worried about, because I can't think of anything that's 115.
Something might have been scarfed. If something was scarfed.
I know the original build was meant to outspeed 100s, and then I ran into a bunch of Thunderous, and I'm just like, nope, we are not fast. We are not fast enough. We just die.
Yeah.
So then that is slowly just crept up in speed.
Opposite of this is probably one of the slower teams that you're going to see. I would believe that this Moltres is probably 0 speed investment in more bulk.
Yeah, bulky Moltres is still good.
Same with like Pokemon that they operate in the slow tiers. Like if your opponent is faster, which everyone's trying to be faster.
I wonder if this is full instance Grimmsnarl. It's like, okay, you have a Trick Room answer and you're slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's one thing about full instances. It doesn't care what the speed tier is. You're going last.
Yeah.
And I know that's something that's been
running around.
It's been running around a lot. I ran into a eject button again, like last week. I'm just like,
That's a thing.
I haven't seen that since like Series 3. This is really awkward.
Light Curly on the Grimmsnarl. Moltres has 76. Yeah, that 76 is not as much as people are normally investing in their Moltres.
I can't remember what mine was for the Pokepod Cup, but I know I wasn't max speed. I just specifically with Moltres, I like being full bulk, or I like being bulky. Specifically because I was also weakness policy. Yeah. So like, I wasn't super reliant on being able to get boost off of Berserk. I just wanted to be able to trigger policy and go get fast off of Airstream. So.
Okay. Well, that was the Rumble. Big congratulations to Beth is here for winning the whole thing. The last match, I got to watch the last match on Showdown, and it was real close. It went to full 3 games. Game 1 kind of Cooper got because he didn't know if this Dracovish was scarfed.
Oof.
And that got him. And I came up. That calc came up in the laddering video. I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, I outspeed here. Bang! Like, you can try to surf. I'm going to outspeed you anyway. I was like, Tailwind, Vicious Rend.
Bang! Get him.
So, yeah, Rumble went well. Keep an eye out for when the next one goes up.
Probably, if I had to guess, probably going to be the week after the 4th, which that Monday is the 4th, so that would be the 6th. No, the 9th. I was close. I was nowhere near it, but
I was nowhere near it.
Probably the 9th or 10th that weekend of the first Rumble of the new year. So probably gonna do something special for it, for prizes and such. Who knows though?
Yeah, we like doing our prizes and whatnot. Anywho,
This is it is.
we're getting ready to do Team of the Week. I just gotta get it positioned right. Maybe. Hey, there we go.
All right, so what 3 weeks ago I made a comment on the podcast about wanting to play Electrify or Magmortar, and Navir ran away with that idea, and here's what we have.
Okay.
I know
You can talk about this.
he did a lot of work on this. Between him and Ro, they have the entire team. I believe it's all shiny as well. So like, just playing with my heartstrings.
Well, this one won't be.
Well, everything that can be. And you don't know, maybe they hacked it.
For those that want to follow along and don't want to stare at the image, if you go and click on the nice little Pikalytics things, it should be somewhere on either side of the screen. You can open up the PokePaste and follow along from there. Also, to answer Sweet's question, it'll be the week before.
Yeah, it'll be that weekend before PC3 for the next
because
Rumble.
PC3 is 3 weekends into January.
Yep. No, it's that second weekend, right? It's not the. Oh yeah, you're right. Because the 9th is the second weekend.
The 9th is the second weekend.
So yeah,
it's the weekend after that.
Yeah, it's 14, 15, 16, or 15, 16, 17. I don't know.
It's the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, so 14 through 17.
Yeah.
So we have getting into Team of the Week here. We have Life Orb, Electrifier, Wild Charge, Brick Break, Ice Punch, Protect. This thing goes big, hits like a truck.
Do we get any better fighting types, or is Brick Break just to hit screens?
Hold that thought.
Like if it's just there to hit screens, that's fine. But if we get like Drain Punch or like Superpower, Close Combat, something like that, that'd probably be a little bit better. But Brick Break's fine, especially since there's a lot of people running screens.
Let's see. Fighting coverage. We have Brick Break, Cross Chop, Focus Punch, Hammer Arm, Dynamic Punch,
no.
Low Sweep.
Okay, so it's Brick Break or Cross Chop. So you get to do the screens or you get the high crit chance. I think I'd rather have
Also being 100% accurate makes a huge difference. As you all see on the Let's Play, the Stadium 2 Let's Play, Cross Chop is not 100% accurate.
No, it's not.
And it can cost you games. So, this is one of the things that can go big on the team. We have Motor Drive because we're going to be able to pair that with Grimmsnarl and Thunder Wave, our own Electrifier, to give speed boost. Or we can pair this next to Tapu Koko, set electric terrain, so now our Wild Charges are going to hit even harder, be able to discharge spam so the Electrifier also gets the speed boost. It's super cool. It's super cheeky. And I get to play offensive Koko, which is not something I've had to do in a while.
I'm waiting for the day you run into Landorus.
Oh yeah, you get bodied.
And there's one answer on this team to Landorus, and it's the Milotic.
What do you mean? I have Ice Punch. I punch it and it goes away.
I think Scarf Landorus still outspeed.
Probably.
235. Yeah, 235 for Scarf Lando. Electrifier +1. Probably in the 80 range.
I don't know. I sent you the link, so I'm going to go pull it up and actually see exact numbers. Uh, 228 speed. So then we have the other half of the dynamic duo. We have
Magmortar.
Weakness Policy Magmortar.
That we're procking with this Milotic. Is that what we're doing?
We have two different ways we can proc it. Milotic being one with Flip Turn. Milotic is 1 point faster than Magmortar, so we can Flip Turn into Bang. We also have Grimmsnarl, which is also faster, and we have Stomping Tantrum into Magmortar to trigger it. That one doesn't feel as good.
That one doesn't sound as good.
But you can do it. That's why Stomping Tantrum is on Grimmsnarl. Notably, Magmortar has terrible moves.
Yeah.
So this is the best coverage we can get between Heat Wave, Solar Beam, and Hyper Beam.
Well, you only to worry about water, ground, rock, and solar beam hits all three of those.
And what it doesn't, Heat Wave smashes through. And Hyper Beam is still a base 150 move when we're Dynamax and lowers their speed, so then Magmortar can actually outspeed something.
Maybe.
Perhaps, I don't know, man. Probably, hopefully, maybe.
I wonder how much Landorus is the benchmark. I wonder how much Landorus does to this thing.
A lot.
Okay. Okay.
I'll tell you that we're for free. It does a lot. So then to pair with the Magmortar, we have the Milotic, Ice Beam, Scald, Recover, Flip Turn, Citrus Berry, Competitive. This is the big Landorus counter of, okay, you got me my competitive boost. I can go big in front of you if I need to. Ice Beam you down, Scald you, set Rain, do whatever I need. Once Dynamax is over, I can hit Recover, get my HP back, and be able to stabilize the game that way.
Yeah.
It's fun. It doesn't feel awful. What's Chad over you're saying?
Say Merry Christmas.
Okay. Well, Swede's also on League, even though someone needs to ping him to tell him to get off, but whatever. I don't care. Then we have Tapu Koko, which offensive Koko is great, and that's typically what people anticipate, and that's why I don't play it. This is max special attack, max speed, discharge, D-Gleam, Electro Web, Protect, Magnet, so we can just do extra damage. Mainly because we probably don't have a fourth damaging attack that I can actually think of off the top of my head that we would want to be specs for.
All the flying moves are physical.
Yep.
It doesn't get Energy Ball.
Special. Let's see. We get Grass Knot. Hyper Voice.
That one's fine. Actually.
Nature's Madness.
I don't count that. That's not damaging. That's just halves.
Hyper Beam.
I like Hyper Voice.
Hyper Voice or Volt Switch?
Either one of those is fine, probably.
Yeah, if you want to be specs, but
if you want to go specs, then you probably just slap on Volt Switch and just switch out if you ever need to.
Exactly. Coco's great.
Does Motor Drive, if you were going to Volt Switch off with Motor Drive, so it just eats the Volt Switch like Lightning Rod does?
Yep.
Okay. So it doesn't work the way it
Correct. And then rounding out the team, we have support Grimmsnarl with screens, Thunderwave for Electivire, Stomping Tantrum for Magmortar, and then Focus Sash so we can actually live a hit. Urshifu, we have Choice Band, Sucker Punch, Wicked Blow, hits like a truck, Close Combat, hits like a truck, Poison Jab to take out Tapu Fini. I am so excited to play this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good, but man, is it going to be great.
Like I said, Landorus is a problem.
It can be.
You have 3 weaknesses to Landorus, and only one good way to deal with it. That's not super.
So we have 4 weaknesses to Landorus.
Actually, most Landorus don't carry fly anymore.
Really? Okay. Well, we have 3, and Urshifu can punch it.
Yeah, I'm about to say that was the other thing is you can burn your Milotic and your Grimmsnarl with your Magmortar. I saw it earlier. I just was like, we'll get to it in a minute, and then
that is not something I had actually thought of.
Yeah, you need to make sure you hopefully don't burn your own.
See, they're gonna have Fini out for us, and then Magmortar's gonna blow him up, and then everything's fine. That's how this works. Fini's so popular that we don't have to worry about getting burnt ourselves.
You say that.
Hopefully.
I've been seeing a ton of Fini, but that means you're going to see 0.
Yep.
You're going to get all the cold teams.
I am very excited for this to be the last team of the year. We're going out on a meme.
Yeah, it'll be the meme. That means I get the first team of the year. Sweet. Of the next year. That'd be great.
Yep. So you had to do us proud because I'm going out on a high mark. I'm setting the mark very high for next year.
Milo is competitive. We're competitive. Just so we have a way to beat up Landorus 100% of the time.
Yep. Plus,
you could slap AD onto your Milotic here.
I believe that was something they actually tested at one point. And ran Icy Wind?
Mud Shot.
Yeah, that one. I don't know, something.
So your Milotic becomes a Dynamax target after a couple intimidates or just any kind of stat drop.
Dude, Milo does it off of one. Like you don't need any more than that.
Well, Snarl's kind of.
Yeah, you still get a +1.
You get a +1, but sometimes not even enough. Depending on your investment.
Yeah, it's fine. I've really enjoyed this in the games I played with it like 2 weeks ago or whatever when they sent this to me at first, and I'm excited to actually get to play this on cart. It's gonna be a blast.
Now we get to the fun part of the series where we get to start taking questions from people.
All right, Twitch chat, do your thing. This is Twitch chat's part.
This is the AMA portion of our episode here, where we get to hang out with Twitch chat and see what they're doing. I am going to get more water while Carter looks for questions at start here.
All right, cool. All right, I get to hijack the stream.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I also probably shouldn't move because now I'm not going to be in my camera. Oh well, it'll be fine. Chat, what are we thinking? How's everyone? Christmas Eve / Christmas Day / holiday extravaganza going on? Because we're having a blast over on this side. Okay, Sever, that's a hell of a question, and I'm gonna wait for Carl to get here so we can actually talk about that one, because I think that's a worthwhile question to talk about. Oh, good, you're back. Thoughts on PC3? What's strong and what should we expect to see a lot of?
Be prepared for people to play Cole. Be prepared for Regigigas. Those are great best of one teams.
Agreed. Especially the team I played on laddering last week that had both A+. It is very, very good because there is no combination of Pokemon on a lead that I can think of that beats both of them.
So yeah, being prepared for both of those, having strong game plans to deal with both Regigigas and Colossal, because the codes are out there. People are going to be building teams and iterating on them again and trying to make them better or worse or whatever. But like the big things, it's like having a good way to be either Dragapult Cole or Urshifu Cole, and then Wheezing Gigas or Whimsicott Gigas or Simple Beam plus Gigas or any of that nonsense.
I legitimately think it is time to bring back a redirection right now. I think being able to play something like Indeedee Hat seems really good because on the lead you can, in front of both of them, you can follow me plus set Trick Room, then you underspeed both of them, you can Dynamax, go for the Gmax Smite, and confuse whatever you need, potentially pick up a KO on the Weezing, pick up a KO on the Dragapult, and then like both of their threats are extremely, like especially Cole doesn't want to play in Trick Room at that point because it's so fast. And if Gigas is going for, if they're going for the max strikes, like you're guaranteed to underspeed them. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something that actually is a good game plan against both of them that people have not looked into enough.
Other things to watch out for. Beat up strategies are probably going to see a tick up because they're a good best of one strategy.
Which Follow Me is really good against as well.
The big things for PC3 is knowing which best of one strategies are popular and like being able to answer those. So it's always going to be like trying to beat Gigas, trying to beat Colossal, trying to beat Up, trying to beat most weakness policy things on Pokemon that outspeed everything, like Dragapult.
Coco's another one that's exceptionally fast, and when it is offensive and it Dynamaxes, it's very good.
Spectrier would be another one to keep an eye out for. Spectrier plus anything with Fake Tears is likely going to at least pick up 2 KOs. And that's Grimmsnarl or Whimsicott, I believe. I believe Liepard also gets Fake Tears. I believe so.
I know Liepard also gets access to Screech, but that one not so much.
Yeah, that one's not very accurate. You don't want to play.
So those are initial thoughts of what I want to try and what I want to beat. So
I've been playing with Coco, Entei, Garchomp, Celesteela, Milo, Kartana. I think that's what it is.
Cart or Rillaboom.
One of those two. There's like 7 or 8 Pokemon I've been playing with, and
anytime I start it's always Coco, Entei, Rillaboom, and then filling in the last 3 of, all right, I want to finish the Fire, Water, Grass core, so I need a water type.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to play Feeny, so that narrows it down really quickly. So, like, I want to try Primarina in that slot, and I just have never got around to actually trying it.
The Entei spread, I believe it is max HP,
And then bulk.
and then
I'm pulling it up as we speak.
we're Impish Nature, 176 defense, and then the rest in special defense, I believe.
If I can get if I can get Showdown to cooperate.
I believe that's what it is.
180 defense, 76 defense, Impish, Electric Seed.
Yeah. Plans for 2021.
Try to survive a pandemic and eventually try to get to actually meet people.
Most of the same things. I'm hoping that IRL get to start back up, and then if we get those back, then it'd be to go and actually attend more of those.
Yep. Would love to be able to get out and actually meet people from the community, because everything we've done so far this year has all been online.
Yeah.
Granted, this year has not gone any which way that people thought it was going to, and as a result, it's made it hard to do meet and greets and all this stuff of actually getting to meet people and have these in-person relationships that you haven't had previously. So as for like LRL stuff,
I know we want to get the website going, which I'm getting that figured out. Carter wants merch, which that's its whole other can of worms. We got to get a new logo done up, because that's something we want to do, because this first logo was literally just MS Paint, here's some text and here's a cutout from the game, which we could get flagged at any time for that.
For what?
for the game, for having the pixel art in the background. That's technically not fair use.
Oh,
Yeah, we can get flagged at any time for that one.
it's mostly covered.
Yeah, it's fine because we're small, but I'd like to get it changed eventually. Yeah, he's wanting to do merch. Like I said, we got to get someone to do art commissions, and then we got to talk to somebody about getting stuff printed if we want to do that, or stuff made.
So if that's something that people are interested in, I can put a little more effort in it.
What else for 2021 for Littleroot Lessons? I'd like to start getting bigger on YouTube. We've been slowly growing. I'd like to we hit 100 in like 250 days, 270 days, whatever it was. I'd like to get to 300 by which we're at 161 or 162 right now. We're averaging about 1 or 2 a day, which is good.
If we could hit, this is a huge goal, but if we can hit 500 by the end of the next year, I think that's a very, very good point for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, once you start growth, it gets exponentially easier.
Yeah.
But it's getting to that point where everything takes off.
Yeah.
Granted,
which we're working on that. We've been working on that pretty hard. We got the collabs to everybody with Pokesports and ATX. We're doing collabs with Jeff and getting that worked on. That was fun. Kind of bled over into that.
Granted, if we hit that point where things just start taking off, 500 is going to be nothing.
Yeah.
And we're going to be here regardless of numbers. We've talked about it before, but before we ever touched Pokemon, we had a Magic podcast that we spent just over a year on. I mean, we saw next to no growth.
Yeah, this has definitely been much better than what last year. This time last year, we were maybe 1,000 listens on.
No, if that.
On the Magic podcast we were doing, and now we're almost. I think we just crossed 5,000 the other day.
Good lord, man, that's insane.
Let me pull up the number. We're at 5,321.
Yeah, that's astronomical.
We haven't even hit a year yet.
Our average listening size on the Magic podcast was
2.
I was gonna say like 7, but evidently that's way overshooting it. But to have an average audience size of
about 100,
and that's just the audio version. That's not counting YouTube, where you average another 50 to 70. 60, so our growth has been amazing in this first year, these first 9 months that we've been here. So once again, thank you all for being here, supporting us, and making this really a reality.
Any other questions from chat? I noticed they got really quiet.
To be fair, we ranted for a hot minute.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm excited to hear what all chat has to say.
We can check up on the Beldum hunt here.
Yeah, do your thing.
We can check up on the Beldum hunt. Thanks. We appreciate all the help. Like everybody, it was more of a group effort between everybody else. Like Yan helped us get a bunch of people in.
Yan did a lot. And I know it was literally one post on
Reddit,
but man, did it make a
we kind of took over somebody's post, which made me feel bad.
Well, whatever.
Let's check out this Beldum hunt so far. I'm
gonna say we have like 12 eggs. Oh, Carl, you didn't do the thing. You didn't put them in their own box. No good defense. Love it. Man, what are these boxes? Why are your boxes not organized even slightly?
What's organization?
Man, I have, I think, 3 boxes of just stuff that I haven't put onto home, and everything else is empty for breeding purposes. Is that shiny? Did I see things? Oh, they're groupies. That's
groupies.
Why. I was close.
The goofiest Pokemon from Gen 8.
Goofiest looking, goofiest gimmick. What you got to narrow that one down.
I have a pretty good answer right off the bat. Where are you?
Where are you going?
Where are you? Where are you?
No, this thing is not goofy. This thing is an abomination.
This is the goofiest thing.
This is an abomination and shouldn't exist.
This is the goofiest thing I can think of. I have no idea why this is a Pokemon.
See, here's the best part. I love all the regional forms they've added. I love the idea that they've given these Pokemon evolutions. I hate this thing with a passion. This thing is hideous and I hate it. Mr. Mime shouldn't exist, and this thing is even worse.
I like this. I liked Galarian Mr. Mime. I liked that.
Galarian Mr. Mime is fine. Why does it have a face on its stomach? I hate it.
I don't know.
I hate this thing. It is stupid and hideous.
There's some probably story behind it. Let's get the Arduino set back up.
Seeing a lot of GS Cup stuff right now. Thoughts on it? And do you think Series 8 will immediately shift to GS Cup? So Carl and I have actually talked about this the last several weeks. The GS Cup is literally just a restricted format. That's all it is.
It's just restricted formats.
I have not ever actually... so I did very little playing in 2019 for the 3 series that they had there. I played one tournament in 2018. That was my introduction to VGC. 2019, Slacking and I, we did a lot of brewing, but we never actually played anything, specifically around like Groudon Kyogre, Groudon Venusaur. Like Venusaur was a big thing that we wanted to play because it could answer both Groudon, and Kyogre, as well as like in Sun you could counter Xerneas. Those are the big checks that we wanted to be able to play. And so we never got it. Like, we never really played anything. We just played a bunch of tournaments. I mean, like a bunch of stuff on Showdown, but that's about it. But I'm excited to actually play a restricted format. Series 7 has been way way more open than I originally thought it was going to be. Leading up to Series 7, I'm just like, man, Landorus is going to be everywhere. This is going to be awful. And like, it actually has been super reasonable.
Yeah.
I think personally I like Series 6 more, but
I've been enjoying Series 7 a ton.
7 has been good. I don't think Series 8 is going to be restricted format. I think personally we're going to see a ban list first, and then we're going to get Series 9 as the GS format.
I'm opposite of that. I think we're getting GS as soon as possible because they want Players Cup 3 to be on GS on the restricted format. They want that PR. They want that publicity because it's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. They want you to show off, hey, because it'll be ending just after the 25th anniversary and all that. So it's like, we're going to show you what we can do. Whereas I think Series 8 will be the last one. I don't think they go back to ban lists after that. If they do go back to ban lists, it's to ban restricted Pokemon.
It would be very weird to me to make bans in an open format. Especially once you have everything with all the restricted Pokemon, I feel it would be weird to have bans.
Yeah.
That's why I think we're going to see bans and then the restricted format. That's
I just think the bans thing fell flat to begin with. Series 6 was very like, either you loved it or you hated it. Where
it was very, very polarizing.
Yeah, like you either loved it or hated it, and I don't think they just went a little bit too far. Like you took out the top 10, but you left Urshifu, which was technically in the top 10 at the time,
but not according to their standards.
But not according to their. It's because they just put Urshifu out and they didn't want to ban a legendary.
Yep.
It's money. That's literally all it is, and that GS Cup restricted format on Series 8 is going to get views. It's going to get people watching.
Yep.
Because it's going to be brand new. It's going to be like 2 or 3 weeks in when they start doing their double elims, or about a month in?
About a month in.
So, underrated, underused mon. I was looking at Peak Analytics when I saw the question. I think Lapras is super underused right now. I think it's still good.
I think the biggest problem with Lapras right now is there's just so much Rillaboom running around. And granted, that could just be because I'm playing a bunch of Rillaboom, and I'm just not scared of Lapras. But what's Rillaboom's actual use stat here?
Much higher.
Oh yeah, 17. I mean, it's top 10.
Yeah.
And like between Rillaboom and then you have Venusaur as well, I think Lapras is just kind of phased out of the format right now. I think it's very good, but I don't know. I would say underused, underrated. Yes, I think if you bring Lapras and people aren't expecting it, it can easily clean house.
Yeah.
For myself, man, I have just been such a fan of Entei. I think all the dogs are super underrated. Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, like they all, like the number of times people fake out into it and just, all right, well, Will-O-Wisp you.
I had somebody do that. They forgot Entei and all of them got Inner Focus and they just clapped and I'm just like, okay.
What's even better is like they'll lead Incineroar or whatever and intimidate. Well, you'll say Inner Focus doesn't work, and then they'll still fake out you. I'm just like, bang, go.
Tapu Lele's, yeah, that's another one. It's like really far. It was really far down because Metagross was everywhere, and now Metagross is nowhere because Colossal and Regigigas just deal with it really well. And now that means the Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini can kind of come back up.
Getting back to the dogs, I think one thing that's really underutilized about them is just their incremental bulk. The amount of bulk they actually have is very good. Raikou has access to screens, so you can do that. Like Entei,
Raikou also has access to Scald.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Granted, Suicune can be very offensive between like Ice Beam, Scald, Hydro Pump, like whatever you want to do. but also provides snarl support, has tailwind. Like, I think the dogs are very underutilized right now.
Yeah, I've faced that double horse team a ton. It's very hard to get around. Like, if you don't have a good answer for either Spectrier and or Glacier, it's just that team just takes over the thing. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm. It sounds terrifying, though.
It is a pain in the butt. I think I've played it approximately. I played against it 6 times in the Rumble. I played it on cart because both matches went to game 3, and then I played it another like 4 or 5 times afterwards, and it's just really hard to get around. Like, there's a lot of speed control in it. It's hard. Like, once you figure out what each Pokemon has and you've seen the team enough, it's pretty easy to just kind of set up in front of it and try to pick apart what it is. The problem is they can just go, here's Whimsicott, Glastrier, set up Trick Room, Glastrier claps you. Like, that's the option. That's one of the options they have.
Looking at the actual team here, I don't believe Lele has access to Trick Room. So then, like, the only Pokemon that could have access to it is Whims. And that just seems fine, especially since Whimsicott can't efficiently be roared out because you're extremely fast, and because you have Prankster, you move up to the same bracket as the phasing, so you're going to be able to get your Trick Room off before something like Roar. I was gonna say Dragon Tail, but obviously you're immune to that one. Whirlwind, stuff like that. You can't be forced out. Circle throw. That was the one I was actually trying to think of. It's sweet. It sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was on that. I like I said, I saw it on the cart laddering like almost a month ago now. Lim was playing it, and I beat him round 1, and then round 2 was really the top 8 cut match when I played against it again was really close. So yeah, it's like once you know the items, and like now that I've seen it, it's not that bad, but it's just making sure that you have a game plan for it when you see it, knowing what to do with it. Whimsicott Spectre is a very scary lead a lot of the time.
Especially because Whimsicott complements both halves of the team as well.
Yeah.
Being able to sit Trick Room or being able to fake Tears or Tailwind appropriately, like depending on what else you're bringing out. Whimsicott seems really essential to that team.
Yeah.
Like it seems like you need to be able to answer this immediately, otherwise you just lose them on. Or 2, or you lose.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah. What else we got going on here?
I feel like we've rambled about that underused, overused, underrated thing for a while. Let's go the opposite way. Which of these top mons is overrated?
Kartana.
Really? You think so?
I think Rillaboom just does everything Kartana wants to, and actually has bulk to back itself up. The biggest problem I have with Kartana is it literally just can't take hits. Whereas Rillaboom has less weaknesses, right? Maybe? I don't know. Off the top of my head, like, you lose a poison weakness when you have Kartana because you're immune to it.
You lose a poison and a flying.
But you gain an extra weakness to fire.
You're already weak to fire.
Yeah, but 4 times weak is still super effective. Like, that's super detrimental. You're also resistant to, you're also neutral to ice.
There are 49 players, 50 players. How many did I say this one? 50 on Draft League? I think
I believe it's 50, but I know like Evan hasn't signed up. There's a couple other guys that haven't signed up as well. So if like we might hit that 80 player mark.
I'd love to hit the 80 player cap.
If we did, that'd be insane. I would love to be able to see it.
I think we're at 50 right now. As of this moment, I haven't checked. I have it on my phone. I can just pull it up and check here in a second. My overrated bond is Regieleki. Like, outside of screens, like this thing shouldn't have as much play usage as it does.
It does one thing, and it honestly doesn't even do that thing very well. Like you just have any type of priority, and you just beat it up. That's one of the big reasons I'm really high on Rillaboom right now, because you have access to Fake Out, you have access to Grassy Glide, so like you just fake out the Eleki, it flinches, you then Grassy Glide it, it's dead. It literally accomplished nothing this game.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any bulk to be able to back itself up. Like, granted, Kartana does make a way better Dynamax target than Eleki, but I don't know.
tips and advice for the first time person playing in Draft League.
Have fun. Play the ones you like.
Yeah, go for don't sweat so hard about trying to win every week. It's nice if you do win, but draft Pokemon you like, because if you draft Pokemon you don't like, then you're gonna feel bad when you lose, because it's like, oh, I wish I had this and I wish I had that. Definitely draft Pokemon that you think you're gonna like, whether they're good, bad, or just like in between.
The single most important thing I can stress to you is be able to speed creep your opponent's Pokemon. Be exactly 1 point faster than their max speed of their biggest threats, and then put the rest into bulk. You don't need to be max speed every week if you have the fastest threat.
So draft Mr. Rhyme.
I hate you.
Good night, Sever. Have a pleasant Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. We will talk to you bright and early in the morning, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to speed creep your opponent's Pokemon, like your opponent's threats, is always good. Make sure that you invest in bulk, more trying to deal damage. Bulk is going to help you out more trying to fish for a high roll on an Oko or a low on a 2-hit KO and things like that.
Another really important thing I think is pretty underutilized is don't be afraid to try unconventional things. Something that I have played a lot of is like Scarf Cloister, because it's already like okay fast, but when you put Scarf on it, it can outspeed a ton of things, and people won't anticipate that. So don't be afraid to try to innovate, to try to win games.
Yeah. Outside of that, draft what you like. Make sure you speed creep and are bulky.
Have a cohesive game plan too.
Yeah, like don't like, make sure you draft things that have some synergy. We've kind of designed this one to where you won't be able to draft like super strong combos like we have been in the past. A lot of what happened in the past draft leagues with Snake Draft is after the first round we'd get to the bottom, and then bottom would pick a real good pairing, and then it'd be go right back up, and it's just like kind of unfair. That's why we kind of just like, we're gonna open it up, but you get limited on certain tiers and things like that. So this hopefully will solve that problem. We'll see. This way it comes down to more what people draft rather than where you're at in the draft.
Something that I kind of was talking about this morning when I was recording. I really want to play with Blastoise. It is not a Pokemon I've played basically with at all, so I'm not saying it's super high on my draft list, but if it's there, I'm probably taking it.
Hey, Tim.
Blastoise does a lot of things that I think is really cool.
War Turtle helped me a ton in the first league.
Yeah.
Speaking of Turtle, I have a shiny Squirtle I need to actually do something with.
I was literally saying this morning, I'm like, man, I really need a shiny hunt Squirtle, because that's not one I've used. I've literally never attempted to. Can you quit barting me, little?
No.
I guess you're not so little.
No, she's not little. She wants to play. But they're not playing. But Kayla and Tiff aren't playing with her. So
instead she's in here harassing us.
If you go G-Max Blastoise, is there any way to effectively run it without Shell Smash?
Assault Vest.
I was about to say, there's Assault Vest sets. I had an Iron Defense Body Press set that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
There was also Tailwind Water Spout things you can do.
What's actually really great about Blastoise is it can double both as a super offensive threat when it needs to, but it also just has a super fantastic support set between Helping Hand, Fake Out,
Icy Wind,
Icy Wind, Aqua Jet. Like, it has a bunch of things actually working in its favor.
Yeah, Blastoise actually has a real cool like suite of moves. Like, it also has access to Dark Pulse and Flash Cannon, Yawn.
I didn't realize he got Yawn. That's sweet.
Yeah. My War Turtle set was Aqua Jet, Yawn, Fake Out, and Protect.
Terrain Pulse, so I can pair it next to Lele. That's adorable.
But yeah, the Blastoise line has a lot of actually like cool like utility into it, because it kind of got shafted when it comes to abilities.
Yeah, Life Orb. Life Orb is actually, according to Pikalytics, the most common item right now.
Yeah.
Life Orb and
Life Orb Water Spout does a ton of damage. It does a ton of damage. It doesn't seem very synergistic because you're like paying HP.
Which is why instead you run Mystic Water.
Yeah.
Or Choice Specs.
Or like you said,
Specs Water Spout.
Like a Salt Vest. Or Paws. You can run Comfey with it. I've been seeing actually a lot more Blastoise Comfey.
That sounds adorable.
Because you just, like, you're bulky enough that you can, when you Dynamax, I think you tank the max overgrowth from Cole, and then you just clap it back with a max Cannonade. And then Dragon Bolt starts taking tick damage. It's hilarious.
What else we got, people?
What else we got?
Tim, I know there's something you gotta ask. I'm sure you got a question floating around in your head you want to ask.
You just got here too, so the floor is open. Belle, what are you doing?
Annoying you. What are you doing?
You want to sit? You're already sitting. You want to bump? Spin. Spin. Good girl. Want to bump again? Hey. We're just having it's an AMA. You can ask whatever you want, really.
Anything and everything. It doesn't have to be related to Pokemon. It can be about life. It can be about literally anything and everything.
Halo, whatever you want to talk about at the time.
I saw this Twitter post this morning. And it said, name 4 games that came out when you were the age of 14.
Oh goodness.
I had to go look. The 4 that immediately popped out to me: Minecraft, League of Legends, Halo OST, and Modern Warfare 2.
Did I play any of these? Oh, Resident Evil 4. I played that a ton.
Yep.
I remember that one.
Is that Liberty City?
That is Liberty City, yep. Shadow of the Colossus, I remember that one.
Lego Star Wars.
God of War.
I don't remember this Spider-Man game.
Ultimate Spider-Man, it wasn't very good.
That might be why.
There's another game I played a ton of.
Call of Cthulhu.
No. The God of War. Oh, Need for Speed Most Wanted. That was the other one. Top games besides Pokemon. What have I played besides Pokemon? I have to look at my.
I've actually played quite a bit this year. Like, in all actuality. Let's see. I downloaded Cyberpunk. Have not put a single minute into it.
Take a tree.
I didn't buy it.
You can still get your.
No, I had a buddy who shared his Steam library with me. I was gonna play it last night, and then I fell asleep instead.
I wouldn't touch it yet.
Carl and I played a little bit of Smash at the beginning when it came out. Oh god, that feels like what?
That feels ages now. Yeah, that feels ages ago.
Because it came out. It came out a year before Pokemon did. So
Sweet,
yeah,
you're still up, Blake.
That's been 2 years ago now. Let's see. I played a bunch of Fall Guys. Sweden, I played Fall Guys there a couple different times. It was really fun. It's fallen off the wagon here lately, though.
A lot of the battle royales have, honestly.
Fall Guys is fantastic, and not enough people play it.
Among Us was one of the breakout games too. That was I remember that one very well, but I never really got into it.
Same.
I played a couple times. My wife really likes it.
I know Tiff has absolutely loved Animal Crossing this year.
Yeah, that's significant other, like that's the real big game. They're currently probably playing it right now. No, playing Stardew Valley instead.
Super Mario All-Stars 3D All-Stars came out this year.
That was cool. I still need to play through all those.
I have not played played too much of it. Let's see, trying to think what else came out this year that I've actually played, like this year. Because like I started playing Oblivion again a while back, so like that's not a game that came out this year, but it's a game I played this year. Does that count?
Technically, Among Us didn't come out this year. Among Us had been around for a while.
Yeah,
Among Us Party After Pod, maybe. I have not been able to buy Hades. I've been saving my money like a good boy.
I haven't played Doom Eternal.
god, I want to.
Same.
So bad. I heard it's great for the Switch.
Is it finally out on the Switch?
Yeah, it came out on the 8th.
Cool.
You get to do the gyroscopic thing with it. It sounds so much fun.
I played an absolute ton of Tony Hawk Pro Skater when it came out again.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, it's great. I love it.
Congrats on winning your league game, Swede. Switch releases 2020.
I haven't played the new Paper Mario, but my little brother said it was good. I haven't played Crash Bandicoot.
I enjoyed Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Remake. That one, I enjoyed that a lot.
Oh, I've been playing an absolute ton of Legends of Runeterra this year. It is probably the game I've put the most hours in this year outside of Pokemon.
I started playing it a ton and I haven't picked it back up in a...
I saw a bird on a skateboard and I was really confused.
Bird on a skateboard? Skateboard. Interesting. Trying to think, like, did I play anything besides Pokemon and like non-random indie games? I played a ton of Slay the Spire and Darkest Dungeon, and what am I hoping for the 25th? That I wake up in the morning. We're celebrating Christmas on the Saturday after Christmas.
We were originally going to celebrate Christmas tomorrow with my parents, but Mom has the flu.
Is that confirmed as the flu?
We haven't got her COVID test back yet. But definitely the flu. And super contagious right now, according to the doctor. So we're avoiding her like the plague.
Yeah.
So instead, we're going to stepdads for Christmas. So that'll be. It should be a good time.
We're going to my wife's brother and sister-in-law's house. Her in-laws are coming up, and we're going to go up there and do Christmas with our little nephew, Parker. He is adorable. We have a million presents to pack in the Jeep still.
We did all of our wrapping this morning.
We have them all wrapped. We just got to pack them up in the car.
Well, you know.
Got to pack them up in the car and hope they don't just get knocked around. Trying to think of what other games I played this year that I actually like I've played. I'd have to go and look on my Switch, but it's currently doing the thing, as you can see at the bottom of the screen here. Bell is borking. Somebody must be outside.
Couldn't tell you who, though. Everyone who's coming over is here.
I enjoy the Jackbox series of games. I think I bought 4 so we could play Murder Trivia Party and a couple other ones.
Yeah, that was enjoyable. We did that once. We might do that tonight.
So we might do that again once we get dinner going, because dinner is super easy to do tonight. It's just slap everything in the Instant Pot and then get the oven going for the biscuits, and that's it. Murder Trivia Party is a lot of fun. I love that one so much. I've been more watching people play games than I've actually been playing myself, mainly because I'm always so tired from work when I get home that I don't have the mental energy to actually play a game. Dude,
I understand that on multiple levels. Outside of Pokemon, I've played a lot of Halo this year. A couple of my buddies from high school, that's like the only game that we actually play anymore. And so I played a lot of Halo 4 multiplayer when it was, the new game.
Mm-hmm.
So it, I think, just came out on the Master Chief Collection on Steam this last month. So I'm just like, hey, who wants to play Halo? Like, what are we doing tonight? All right, cool, Halo.
I think the other, outside of Pokemon, like I said, I played a ton of Slay the Spire. I really liked that game a lot. I played a little bit of Legends of Runeterra. I played a little bit of other solo games like Super Mario All-Stars 3D. I've been playing a lot of the retro stuff on the Nintendo Switch Online package. Been playing a lot of Donkey Kong Country. Been playing. I think it was Gradius 3 for 4 hours, and I finally beat that. I'll get on binges for retro games like that, and I'll just sit there and I'll just play them for hours on end. We're getting Donkey Kong Country 3 for the Nintendo Switch Online package.
Good.
So right after I put it on your little classic, we're getting it for.
Never fails, man. As soon as you get done with all the work.
But yeah.
What else we got?
Any other questions? We've been going for about an hour and a half here.
I'm sure we got some questions out there.
We got some more. Come on. Out of water.
You don't need that. You don't need to drink. Drinking's bad for you, Carl.
Hi, Evan. Good morning or good night.
What's up, Evan?
It's night.
Merry Christmas, man.
It's dark here. I'm assuming it's
super dark here.
Should be Christmas there. Or it might be the day after.
How would it be the day after? And in what possible way is he 28 hours ahead of us?
I don't know. Everybody else is from the future. He could be farther from the future.
He could be in the future.
The future. I'm gonna do a Beldum check.
I haven't noticed anything, and chat hasn't mentioned it.
Yeah, chat hasn't freaked out. Least favorite Pokemon. We know what Carter's is.
God, I hate it.
And it's not what. No, it's not. That's not what you think. It's not that one.
What are you referring to? Is it Jinx? Is that what you're gonna say? Nah, Jinx is fine. And compared to Mr. Rhyme,
it's the same typing.
Yeah, but one of them is actually, okay. The only reason I don't like Jinx is I always get bodied by it in randomizers.
That's something we haven't done in a while, is randomizers.
I almost texted you last night and be like, after I asked if anyone wanted to raid, I almost been like, hey, you want to play rando instead?
I would have been down.
Instead, I fell asleep in my chair.
How dare you?
I had a good nap. It was a good nap, too.
Hey, that's the actual usable one.
That is pretty decent. I got confused. I'm like, why is there friend guard Beldums? And then I realized it's Clefus.
What is the most valuable VGC thing you've learned in 2020?
Well, I didn't learn anything this year. And yet, for some reason, you all listened to me, so...
Seeing I hadn't played VGC before we went to Collinsville.
I was gonna say this.
I learned a ton.
This is more of a question for you.
Yeah, I learned everything in like VGC in about. I got a crash course in about a course of a month. Like we had talked about playing in Collinsville. Oh, I'm on my bike. There we go. Nope. Come on.
Yeah, you had to start it off the bike.
There we go.
Otherwise, it doesn't like it.
I learned a ton. This is a whole year's been like a giant learning experience for me. I've kind of mastered most of this stuff. I've gotten stats and calcs down. I've gotten a lot of the other stuff figured out. Team building was a big hurdle, like at the start. Like I had no idea what I wanted to do, period. And I still have problems with that right now. It's like,
same.
I'll get writer's block essentially and can't figure out what I want to do or what I need to do, what I want to play with. Like I was working on Swampert for a good month, and I was working on Dragonite for a good month, and I haven't figured out either of them. Learning Rain was actually like one of the highlights, is like getting good with that, getting good with like the Rain teams and knowing my calcs and things like that. Real excited for when IRL events start back up again and being able to take that knowledge and know my calcs, being better prepared. That's the big thing.
See, personally, I have finally solidified I know what all the terrains do. It only took me literally forever.
What does Misty Terrain do?
It lowers dragon type damage
by
30%. Is that right?
No.
50?
It's half.
Is it? Okay. And more importantly, you can't status them unless they're flying, because then they're not on terrain.
That works for all the terrain. Yeah,
but still.
Electric terrain.
Electric terrain, you can't be put to sleep. Also boost electric moves by 50%.
Grassy terrain.
You click Grassy Glide. You quit Glassy Glide and get rid of Misty Terrain.
Oh my goodness.
Being able to, let's see, that one reduces damage from Bulldoze and Earthquake. And Dig? No, not Dig.
Magnitude was in the game.
Is it? Okay. See, I was close. I knew it was another ground move. And then Grass type damages plus 50%. Right? Am I oh, and then Recovery.
Yeah. Psychic Terrain.
You can't have priority moves. You can't use priority moves against them. You can use it against your own Pokemon, which is super weird and unconventional, but it works.
Yep.
Can you quit biting me? I'm just trying to love you.
She's like, but I want to play. I want up on your lap.
I finally figured out you can't protect in front of Urshifu.
That's good. That's the thing you had to, like, everybody learned
granted,
this
that
year.
is, yeah, something everyone had to learn this year. Speed tiers are something that, like, I'm still working on, because, like, I know, hey, this is fast, but it's like, all right,
How fast?
What's the actual stat on this, and do I outspeed it?
That's something I'm really good at, is just, like, memorizing the numbers. Like, trying to learn, like, once I know the numbers, I'm usually pretty good at knowing, hey, this is how fast I need to be. Calm down. Okay? Calm down. But trying to learn how fast something is, once I know the number, it's like, it's stuck. Like, Scarf Landers is 235. Like, I know that every time. Dragapult is 214. I know that every time.
Yep.
Like,
Once I get it beat into me enough because you tell me.
yeah.
Carl is definitely the numbers guy. And he pushes it on a bunch.
You need to calm down. Hey, chill out. Okay.
Quit biting.
What's the point? Meaning we probably need to wrap this up. Any other last minute questions before we do the whole get us out of here spiel? And, hope for a shiny Beldum on screen.
Someone's got to get something real quick.
Say, if you give us enough questions, you can stall it out long enough, and maybe there's a shiny Beldum.
So really, if we don't get a shiny, it's chat's fault.
Can I trade you the Dream Ball on a Sobble Reject and return your Evolve trade back on shiny Magmar Magwater? Yeah. Once we get done with this, we can go ahead and get that done. Either me or Charter can do it. And
then you can finally get your Articuno, and we can finally do Endless.
Yeah, we can finally get Endless done. Finally get that done.
All right, that was a simple question.
That was a simple question. Who wants an OT suite? Wasn't there some kind of stipulation for this? Like, if something happens, then...
Yeah, you don't just give that away, Swede.
Yeah, no, that's
you have to earn that
That's
one.
a prize. We want to hit... We talked about this earlier. I think we want to hit 500 subscribers by the end of next year, which we're at 161 right now. And then... yeah.
Carl's gonna be.
We wanted to get merch done, and I wanted to get the website up. There's a lot of small things I want to do. Want to get the logo redone and actually get a nice logo.
Yeah, because that one I did on my phone at work.
Yeah.
And it just kind of stuck.
That one was when you still were working at break time.
Yeah,
that was
forever
such a long
ago.
time ago.
Man, you want to talk about like forever ago? Back before I had a big boy job.
Yeah, like same. I was still like 50 cents above minimum wage then. Now I'm like $2.50 above. Big boy jobs all around.
Yeah, the website is something that's going to happen sooner rather than later, most likely.
Yeah,
it's like, just literally sitting down and Carl having time to actually put it together.
Like, I gotta get with someone to host it because I'm not gonna have my computer run 24/7 to try and keep that thing up. That's just a waste of my time when I can pay somebody else to do it.
Ow! Quit biting me.
Favorite lazy meal you don't have the motivation to cook?
Macaroni and cheese.
I have a bad habit of going out and getting Taco Bell.
God, I love Taco Bell.
I have a very bad habit of doing that.
You can ask Tiff. Taco Bell is by far my favorite place to eat. It is god awful for me, and I love it. What's that? What was that green spark?
I don't know. Worst thing you fear if you eat on Showdown? That I don't have an answer to Shedinja.
I don't have coverage for grass
for ghost
bug.
Which, funnily enough, it's like I think the team that I've been working on has enough coverage that it's fine. Really?
Look, man, you put them here in front of me, I'm gonna eat them.
Taco Bell over Chipotle.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, every time. Like, it's half the price of Chipotle. Like, every time.
And on top of that, I can actually get full on Taco Bell for, like Carl said, about half the price of Chipotle.
Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. Here in the Midwest, at least. I don't know about at your local Taco Bell. I'm waiting for Taco Bell to send me my freaking...
Oh, yeah? Have you not got that yet?
Nope, have not gotten that yet. I'm assuming it's just lost in the mail somewhere. For those that may not have heard this story, I may not have shared it.
I don't think you have. I know you told me, but...
I literally called out my local Taco Bell for robbing people blind. I have not played Monster Hunter, like, at all since I sold the 3DS.
Literally, I've never played it.
I enjoy the game. It's just on the 3DS, it kind of was hard to actually get into it. It wasn't clunky. It was just hard to see. Because there's so much data they're trying to give you at the same time, and it's just text to small. But hunting horn sounds like a hoot, to be fair.
I got your foot.
Back to the Taco Bell story. I literally called them thieves on Google because they had a bad habit of forgetting people's items, and I think this has been going on. We lived in this house for over a year now. And it was happening when we were like going to college here still.
Yeah, it's happened basically forever.
I had gotten upset. It was late at night. I did not want to drive. We did not want to drive back up there. So I literally called them thieves on Google. And the owner and everybody reached out to me. And I'm supposed to be getting a Taco Bell care package, whatever it is, mail. And we're still not that yet.
That was 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
It was about 2 weeks ago now.
They're probably still putting it together.
Probably.
Trying to figure out how they can ship you burritos. But, it's Taco Bell, so they'll still be good.
Yeah, they last forever. But nacho fries are back. I had spicy nuggets from Burger King and nacho fries after work.
I didn't know they bring back nacho fries.
Yep.
Uh-oh. She's asleep.
Yeah, she had a cat on her when I walked out there the last time she'd taken a nap.
I have a missed call from my mother.
Among Us party. I gotta go at least start dinner, but you might be able to talk Carter and my wife into playing.
Drunk Swede.
Be fun. Play them.
Yeah. Among Us is not one of those games that I actually have enjoyed. Like, I appreciate the novelty of it, but it's just not for me.
It's much more fun when you have a bunch of people that you know playing.
Like, we played it at Thanksgiving. We had like 6 of us or whatever. In person and everything. It was just like, eh. Like, we played it on Discord a couple different times and like that was fun, but meh. I don't know. It's not one of those games that has stuck around with me.
Yeah.
I also have a super addictive personality, or I hyperfixate on something, and funny enough, Pokemon is not one of those things I've been hyperfixated on. It just has always been around for me, and it's just kind of burnt into my head at this point.
I was that way when I was playing competitive League of Legends for a very long time. It's like I lived, slept, and breathed just League. I had millions of notes and data points and things like that. And when I quit playing League, I did that as a Magic, and I got burnt out on Magic really fast. I've kind of been doing that to Pokemon, but I'm not burnt out on Pokemon because there's just so much variety of Pokemon. Yeah. Whereas Magic is just like, you have to be playing the best thing all the time to actually like
once you know the best thing, yeah, that's that.
Like it doesn't get better sometimes. Like there'll be years at a time where you don't get any new cards for your thing that or things like that. Like whereas Foiled Dredge is around here somewhere. Like that deck hasn't gotten new cards. It's gotten new cards in like the last couple years, but before that there was a chain of like 2 or 3 months where they were just banning cards from it instead of giving me new stuff to play. Which I need to get that framed and hung up somewhere.
I have a bunch of stuff like that I need to get done. I just literally have not had the time and energy to sit down and finish it.
I need to finish that collection, the Baby Godzilla, the Godzilla cards collection.
So yeah.
Any other questions?
What else we got, people?
What, the where you get burnt out easily? I really liked Hearthstone. Like, Hearthstone didn't feel like too terribly burnt out, but then they just like, here's an expansion every 2 months, and that's when I just like, nope, I can't keep up anymore. It's gonna like eat my wallet.
See, I never really got into Hearthstone. I didn't like the randomness elements that they implemented to create variance in the game. Whereas, like, that's one thing it feels weird to say, but like Magic's variance felt better, and it might be just because I had played Magic forever that I was used to it.
You were brainwashed.
Yeah. And then, you know, I went to go play Legends of Runeterra. I'm like, oh, hey, this is actually
That's
good.
what variance should feels like. Yeah, no, Legends of Runeterra's variance is actually really good. Like, Hearthstone is like probably the worst on the spectrum. Magic's about the middle. Like, Magic's variance comes from just like randomizing your deck and whatnot.
See, I actually think I'm the other way, where I think Magic is the worst because it can just create non-games where you literally don't draw the cards.
Oh no, Hearthstone, there's non-games too. There's non-games in Hearthstone now.
Great.
Yeah, that's a thing. Especially if like you build a mid-range control deck, but you don't have anything to play until turn 5, and you just hit the aggro deck. What are you supposed to do? You just get blown out.
Yep.
One of the things I noticed that Blizzard's is doing is they're moving towards their like auto battler, which is a lot more popular now than the actual game than Hearthstone.
Awkward.
It's weird. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I think the burnout thing is it is a collectible card game thing though. There's definitely burnout for other games. I got burned out on Pokemon like 4 or 5 months ago because I wasn't used to playing it all the time or talking about it all the time still. I've kind of gotten over that now. I'm not so burnt out that I just won't touch it and won't talk about it, and I know when I'm getting like upset with it, so I'll just put it away.
Yeah, I understand that. We're just like, you know what? I'm good for today. I have had enough. And see, I'm the exact same way where, you know, everything seems great, hunky-dory, and then you just hit a bad streak and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna step away for today.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
That was a big turning point. Like in the Players' Cup too, I figured that out. I was just like, I had like, if I get 3 losses, I'm done. I'm not gonna pick it back up. I'm gonna walk away, put it down, come back at a later date tomorrow or in the afternoon if I started in the morning. Granted, I didn't play a bunch of games because I went 3-3 into 0-3, and then I didn't have time to play after that. So hope here is that I get to actually play more games in Players' Cup 3 qualifiers than I did in the last one for sure. Got to figure out a team for that still.
Same. That's something that you and I are on at some point.
We've been working on it, and like I've been working on things in the background trying to like figure out like a good cohesive unit. Like the more I play with Entei Coco, like the worse it kind of starts to feel for me because
yeah, I understand that.
It's good against the things it's good against.
Oh yeah, when you are winning games with that, it feels unbeatable. But when you lose, it is awful.
Like having an answer to Landers is a thing we need to work on, which I've gotten 4 or 5 different Pokemon figured out. Having an answer to Cole is a thing we need to figure out, which we have a couple.
That's like the big one I want to work on, and I really don't know on this one.
Garchomp has been a decent answer. Yeah, I have Jackbox Party Pack 4. I also have Drawful 2, and I think one other one. We can definitely get people joined up with us on there. I believe it's Party Pack 4 because it's Murder Trivia Party, it's T-shirt KO or TKO or whatever it is.
Yeah, that one's great. It is way better than I thought it would be when we first started playing it.
There's a couple others on that one. I can't remember what they are now. But yeah, Jackbox might be in our future tonight, just because it's just like a good game to play while we're waiting for the Instant Pot to do its thing.
I'm starving.
Yeah, my wife is a commentary back there. So yeah, probably need to get started on that.
We getting out of here?
I think we're getting out of here.
All right, everybody. As always, if you're new here and you're listening on the audio version, not live, and even if you are listening live and haven't done so already, make sure you go follow us on Twitter at LR Lessons, myself at Cardinal25, Carl at musical_33. You can also find us on Twitch, which if you're live, conveniently, hey, you're already here. Go ahead and leave that follow for Carl at Musical. Myself, I'm at Mr. Missouri 25, basically everywhere except Twitter for whatever reason. I think it was taken. I don't know.
I don't remember.
If you're listening to this on YouTube in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live. Leave a like and leave a comment down below. You know, you weren't able to listen live, but you know we like Q&As, so AMA.
So yeah, use the comments. We'll answer questions the best we can. Either Carter or myself will
or both. Carl runs the YouTube page. I answer on my own, so if you have Carter answering questions, it's me.
Yeah. I will usually be the one answering on Littleroot Lessons YouTube channel there.
So make sure, if you're not already, join the Discord. Our community is great. I love every single one of them. They are great. And I think that's it. I think I got a whole lot of nothing.
I think that's it.
All right, everyone. Thank you all very much for a fantastic year.
It's not over yet. We got a little ways yet.
We're getting close, man. It's real close.
Next year's our end of the year podcast.
So
next one.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone. Have a fantastic holiday, and we'll be back next week. Have a good one. Peace.